Yo, 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 what's up, nerds? Back
Yo,
again for another episode of the Nerd Related Podcast with your boy Raymond Johnson and my partner in crime, Brian Soto. Me, you know what I'm
let there be light.
saying? Yeah. When you go to Puerto Rico, they call him Papi. I mean,
Oh
that's just what I heard. I'm not sure. That's what I heard.
man,
Hey, so how's it been since last week?
pretty good, pretty good. This is a holiday podcast, I suppose. We went through Christmas and New
Okay.
Year's, so
Well, New Year's is coming.
yeah, New Year's this weekend, but Christmas. What I do? I went to my niece's wedding. That was cool. Then I went to my mom's house Sunday, and my sister-in-law's house Sunday night. Then Monday, we typically try to watch movies on Monday and shit. So we watched
Yeah.
Home Alone 2. We
Fire.
watched Trevor Noah special on Netflix. Then we watched Violent Night. I love Violent Night. It's so good, bro. Once you
So,
once you texted me you're watching it, I was like, nah, I gotta watch it. And then finished
yeah.
the night watching Die Hard.
Yeah, I think that's the third time I've watched that movie, and
So
I love
good.
it so much. It's
So
it's
good.
it's so good. It hits you everywhere, man. You get the action, you get the feels. It's a really good Christmas movie, man. And then he gets a backstory of how he like used to be an old Viking
Viking.
warrior, and you know what I'm saying. So Santa's a badass too. You know what I'm
I
saying, but he got
liked
a
it a
soft
lot. I
spot for
like
the
that movie
kids.
a lot.
Oh, that's why I'm
And it
hoping they do
lives
a
up
part
to the
two.
title, dude. Violent Night, like it. That movie is violent. The barn scene is some of the
Oh,
most violent shit ever, dog.
dude,
It's
I
just
love when
like,
he puts a grenade.
oh,
He puts that grenade in dude's pants. He's like,
I
I
gotta
gotta
watch.
look. He blows
It's
up. He
so
was like, ho,
good.
ho, 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 ho.
It's
I
so
love it,
good.
man.
So
It's
good.
so good. Yeah,
Hmm.
man. Went to my aunt's for Christmas. Bought my kid an electric dirt bike. You know, it
I
was, it
saw
was, it
saw
was,
some videos of Junie riding around on it.
yeah, it was good, man. It was good. Good Christmas so far. Hopefully New Year's could be good as well. And we're sneaking a podcast in between. You know, it was good, good, good. So let's dive right in. No pun
Dive
intended.
right
Me and
in.
Brian went to go see Aquaman together this past weekend. Give your take on it, Brian, because mine's gonna be all probably good.
um. So I went in with low expectations in general. Like this movie, if you're not paying attention to the DC universe, this is the end of the Snyderverse. Um, just the end of their characters, right before James Gunn reboots this whole thing up. So I went in there not really expecting anything. There were some reviews already out that people were hating on it, but I was like, whatever. I like the first Aquaman. You like the first Aquaman. I thought it was a good movie in general. Like that and
Loved
Wonder
it.
Woman were the highlights of this universe.
Yeah,
Um, so I just kind of went in like whatever. Then add to that like Amber Heard's in it, and she's mega unpopular right now for what she did and the craziness that she's on. So I was like, ah, we'll see how much she's in the movie, yada yada. But I liked it, man. I thought it was cool. There was a lot of people saying there was bad CGI. I don't know where there was bad CGI. There might have been one part where Nicole Kidman was like riding one of the seahorses, and I was like, yeah, maybe. But outside of that, like it looked great. It looked like a decent high budget CGI movie. I thought the story was cool. It felt like a buddy comedy, two brothers. So that's
yeah,
cool. So overall, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I'd give it like a 7. I'd give it like a 7,
yeah.
solid 7.
Yeah, I went in with high expectations because the first one left me with high expectations for a future of Aquaman. But James Gunn is to blame for the downfall of these last DC movies, and I don't care. No one says you can't be trying to move your company forward and say everything that's coming out for the next fucking 2 years doesn't mean nothing, and made everybody else not care about it. You can see it
Yeah,
in
no
all the
one cares.
comments for
No one
reviews and
cares.
everything. They're all like, oh, I hope the movie's good. I'll probably see it sometime, whatever be said. But James Gunn says, we're restarting everything. None of it matters. They're like, I think that was a bad PR pull, so I'm not even gonna go see it or waste my time. I've seen thousands of those comments. You know what I'm saying? And I said that from the jump, Brian. When it first came out, I was like, well, this is just gonna dead everything. I was like, this is the stupidest marketing plan I've ever seen in my entire life. Like
I mean, they wanted to
that's
distance themselves from it. Like, I went to Cosmic Destroyer. I've mentioned this store a couple of times. My favorite store to go to, And I went right after the movie because I went to go pick up some more cards. And then he was like, "Oh, I wasn't sure you're gonna show up." And I told him like, "No, I just went to go watch Aquaman, so I wanted to do that first before coming over here." And he literally told me the same thing. He was like, "I'm not even." He was like, "What did you like it?" I was like, "I thought it was solid. I think it was a good movie." He was like, "I honestly wasn't even gonna watch it because it doesn't matter. Like in the grand scheme of the plan, it's the end of it, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything."
But
So,
so, man, what I loved about it, like, first thing I was, me and Brian talk all the time. Every talk during the movie. Number
mm-hmm.
one, I gotta stop reading reviews because the whole time I was saying to Brian, like, I don't see no bad CGI. Like, I was actually looking for it just because what some stupid people said, and afterwards it just annoyed me. Like, I was looking for it, but I didn't find any. Except there was just one time when like Atlantis was real big and Aquaman was coming out. I don't know, it was kind of weird,
Yeah,
but
there was a
whatever. Like, I'm
couple.
sitting there looking for it. You know what I mean? When I like. I've seen worse on big budgets or bigger. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? So
100%. 100%.
so that aside, the effects, whatever, phenomenal. Just like the first one, the way James Wan does underwater, he should have an award already for visual underwater effects. Like the dude's a beast, and it's not like Avatar where everything's CGI. You know what I'm saying? He's working with like real people, even the things he does with the hair and stuff. Man, first of all, I'm gonna clap for James Wan because before this, he was doing horror movies mostly and stuff like that. And with Aquaman, I feel like he's done a great job. Number two, I love Orm, love Ocean Master, love his story, love how he needed him, and like they actually became, brothers. And Orm was getting soft on him, man. Because Aquaman, no matter how much dude hated him, he's like, "What's up, brother? What's up,
Yeah, what's
brother?"
up,
Like,
bro?
just kept showing the love to
Little
him and stuff.
brother.
And
Little
Orm,
brother.
yeah, Orm started softening it up, and I think the jokes were clean in there. I laughed out loud a couple times, and whenever I laugh out loud at a movie, it's usually a good. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was great. The thing with the son getting captured, like man, Black Manta was on some dirt in that movie, like for real. Burned the man's house down, tried to kill his daddy, but he didn't, and then was gonna cut his son up and like it. So it was really good, man, because I'm a fan of Aquaman, fan of Black Manta, love the Ocean Master. I'd like to see him in his outfit again. I'm sad we didn't get to do that,
Yeah, that was odd.
but I thought it was a great ending the way they brought it together. Like the oceans came together because they had to deal with one problem. So he brought his own people together there. And then now he came up to Earth and he let everybody know, hey, Atlantis is real. We got a lot of problems to deal with. I think we can come together with our technologies and fix these problems going forward and have a better life for our future. I thought that was great. Awesome way to come around. Like the ending was really good. Usually I leave a DC movie like, what was that ending? You know what I mean? Like, why I don't, but I felt like this was the best DC movie since the last Aquaman. To be honest
Nah, I
with you
mean,
guys,
I thought it was a good movie in general. Like there's some themes in it. Obviously, they were fun. Like it felt like a buddy movie for sure. The best part of the movie is his interaction with Orm, like his brother. That back and forth is the highlight of the movie, which it looked like was intended that way. There was a moment where it's interesting because it's a perspective moment for me in general. Like he's telling I always wanted to hang out with you, right? I couldn't wait until I met you or whatever. And he was like, my father prepared me for when you would come take the throne. And he's like, bro, I never even wanted this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this wasn't even something I really wanted. And it was just like, because that shit happens, right? They're stepbrothers, but like, whoever's influencing you, and in that case, his father had raised him to hate Aquaman, right? To hate him and really be on his guard because he's going to come and take everything that's rightfully yours. And it's just like, that's the core issue he has with his brother, right? Is like, hey, my whole life I was raised for this purpose to keep you away to maintain what I have. He still lost it because ultimately, he
no, he
took
said
that
that too.
L in the
He's
first
like,
one.
hey, I didn't want it, and look how easy I took it from you. He was like,
Yeah, he's like, I didn't
oh,
want it. I take it from you.
yeah. Oh
That's
man,
just interesting. It
half blood
was cool.
son of a. No, yeah, it was definitely cool, man. All I gotta say is, hey, if you're on the fence about seeing Aquaman, go see
Watch
it.
it.
If you don't care, still go see it. It's still a good movie. You know what I'm saying? So, especially if you've seen the first one, but you don't, yeah, I guess you want to see the first one so you know why Orm is all locked up, whatever. But besides that, you know, I don't know. I think it's a cool movie, especially for the family, whatever.
So if
So,
you look at numbers in general, it's the fourth worst debut. out of the 15 movies in the DCU. So not the worst. But
No.
um, I mean, Aquaman earned 1.1 billion dollars the first one. Like that was nuts. This is gonna be nowhere near that. Opening 4 day weekend was like 27 million. I looked it up here in the US, but worldwide it did 107 million. So international markets have been showing out for Aquaman. Our The US doesn't necessarily care, but the rest of the world, I mean, has a production budget of $200 million. Plus, you add marketing to all that. Like, who knows? They probably won't recoup. But it's the end. They could have honestly, they could have direct to HBO this, and no one. They probably more people would have watched it.
Maybe. No, no, I don't know. It's a good flick.
I mean, it's
I
ahead
enjoyed
of. It looks like it's gonna finish ahead of Black Adam, ahead of the Flash, ahead of the Marvels. I mean, and those were all movies that did very bad, very poorly this year.
it. Well, hey,
So
it's
not
good not
all
to be
is lost.
last, baby. Yeah,
Not
right.
all
They be
is
like, hey,
lost.
hey, we beat the Marvels. You know what I'm saying? Look at
I love the
that.
Marvels too. I liked it. I thought the movie was fun. I think both of these movies are equally fun.
Oh no, for sure. I like them both. I like them both. It's just it's sad that we have that split as well. I don't like DC. I only like Marvel. I mean, grow up, dude. You know what I'm saying? I go like peanut butter and jelly. I'm gonna like one. Like I like them both, and nothing's gonna happen to me. Ooh, I like Marvel and DC. I didn't explode or blow up or hate myself. You know, it's okay to like everything that's out there. You know, and if you don't, you don't. Just don't bash it because you don't like it.
I
Speaking
thought it was
of
cool. Like the
bashing,
Trident was cool. You
oh,
know
you didn't like it at
the
first, the Dark Trident.
no. When I first seen it, I was like, whatever, because this is one of those things where like whatever. But
Yeah,
I mean, Manta wielded it well. Like the whole thing with it, with the what do they call that shit?
even
When
his brother for a little bit was feeling it.
you
He's
bring the
like, man,
shit
just let
back
it
from the
go.
light, necromancy when
Yeah,
they were
necromancy.
necromancing. Um, I think it worked well, dude. Like overall, like the villain of the movie and the motivation behind it, pure hatred, right? There was a rumor, now you mentioned his son. There's a rumor before this movie came out, they were talking about that. In one of the cuts, Manta actually killed his son, but it was like too dark, for
Yeah.
whatever. So
Oh no, for sure. It's PG-13 movie. You start
so it would have
killing
been
babies,
interesting.
might have to make it R. You know, but also we're talking about that. I thought it was cool, like for a little bit. Orm, like they're getting their relationships getting a lot better and stuff like that. He got the hold of that thing, and then the guy starts talking to him. You can see it in his eyes. Aquaman's like, just let it go, bro.
Let it go, bro.
Just
Let
just
it
just
go.
let it go. Like
That's
I
a good
thought that was
moment too, though.
great.
That shows the
Yeah, that's some.
relationship and the growth that
Yeah,
they're having as brothers. And he's like, just let it go, bro. Let me get it.
yeah, because he could be like, oh fuck that, I got the power now too, and start fighting Aquaman. You know what I mean? Like I'm taking over for real this
I thought
time.
that's where we were going. I honestly,
Yeah,
once he had it, and I was like, I didn't want them to go there. I was hoping he wouldn't, because it would have basically nullified the entire rest of the
everything that's
fucking
going
movie.
on.
So I was
Yeah,
like, I hope we don't go to a point where they're gonna end up fighting over this thing. So it was good that they didn't, but for a minute, I was like, okay, he's gonna, want
the
the
Ocean
power.
Master's back, baby.
Yeah, yeah. I
Which
guess
I
the
don't
biggest
mind. I look
disappointment in the movie for me was not seeing him in his, battle armor. Like
because it looks so
it does
comic
look
book
cool.
accurate. Like maybe the most comic book accurate costume ever made. Like that thing. When I first seen the first movie, I was like, "Holy shit!" They did my boy justice. Like that was so fire.
I do want to talk about Mira though,
Oh yeah, dude,
because
so
bro,
dope.
she is first off, she is a beast. Like
Yeah,
I feel like the movie does for the scene she's in, even in the first one, like they do enough justice for you to realize that she is a monster. Like she's on another level.
I would have
But
replaced her and
yeah,
just put another girl in there
I
and
feel
had her in
like
the
they
movie more.
definitely cut parts of her out of the movie. You can kind of tell it doesn't feel super clunky, but like they
Yeah,
steal her kid. Like there's a lot of moments Arthur's by himself, and it's kind of like, where's your wife at, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, and she's
deadbeat
not just
mom.
your wife. She's
Yeah,
like
the queen of
right,
Atlantis,
and she's
your
out
mother
here
of your
doing stuff.
child. Yeah,
Like, and then I mean, but dude, when they do show her using her powers, it's like
The
My
dopest
God, this chick is amazing.
dude. She
Amber Heard
like
aside, her craziness aside, like the character, bro, deserved better screen time
yeah. If
because
you put things to
she's
facts,
just a
man.
monster,
If they even in the comic books, they're gonna give her, dude. She's on like a Magneto type level.
dude.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like, dude, she
crazy.
could pull the moisture out of anything, and then turn it to a solid weapon or whatever she wants to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like out of the water, in the water. Well, in the water, you're toast. You're done.
Toast.
But I mean, even out of water, dude, she'll pull the moisture out of the air, pull it out of your sweat. You know what I'm saying? Kill you with a water bubbler. If you're next to a water fountain, yeah, I'm just
Nah,
like,
she
dude,
fire though.
she's
Like, and in this universe, without her, Arthur been dead a couple times already. In the
oh
first
yeah,
movie,
for
she saves
sure.
him, and in this movie, for sure, she saves him.
And then Justice League too. Justice League,
Yeah,
that dude's whooping his ass, taking that cube, and then she starts coming in and wielding the water magic.
yeah, she's like his
Like,
little personal bodyguard, bro. She out here
dude,
just
yeah, that's
whipping
so
water
fire,
around.
bro.
She
And the
looks dope,
world
dog. And she like
is made
powers
of
up
mostly
and you
water.
just hear. Yeah,
Yeah, like
I
it's
mean, her eyes glow up, and it's just like
me and
she'll
Brian were
start
talking in
doing
the movie theater, like,
whirlwinds and
dude, in the comic books, they need to get rid of him and make her
yeah, let's
Aquaman.
make her the queen of Atlantis, and then just
Mm-hmm.
run it. That and then it got me thinking about other stuff like um Flashpoint where he cheats on her, right? And and I'm just like, yo, and then I would have loved to see more of that. Just her fighting
Oh
Wonder
yeah.
Woman for a while. Like, what I'm saying? That would have
Mm-hmm.
been
But Wonder
fire
Woman ended up
too.
taking her head, like,
Ooh.
man.
And then
But
wearing her crown as a sign, like, dude,
but
you're not
honestly, if you think
able to
about it,
do
I
that
don't
if
know if
she's
Wonder
not a
Woman could
beast.
take Mira.
Yeah, it depends on environment. If they're closer to water, I don't think she could take her, dog. There ain't no way. There ain't no
No.
way.
But
It's
man,
just
it all
it's
depends on
crazy.
writer and stuff like that. But her power set is damn near it's insane.
She's so good.
That's great. She's and Amber Heard, man. I don't care what you do. She crazy, man. She been moving. She looks so good as Mira. For real.
Well, I think you told
She
me
should
that the
hey,
other day, and I was
she
like,
should wear that.
a lot of crazy chicks are fine.
Oh my hey, they all are. Dude, she should have went to court in that outfit. She would have won. Sorry, Johnny Depp. You would have lost, my man.
Oh man,
uh,
it's interesting, but I look forward to it. I mean, I think it had finality to it, right? Like
perfect.
you don't need anything after this. Like you get it,
Nope.
so
They let
it's
Orm
fine.
free.
Yeah,
Like
I
we don't know where
mean,
he went. He's gone.
there's no need to try to set anything else up. But that leads me
Nope.
to another thing because so I don't know if you guys realize this, but when Jason Momoa was auditioning for the role or a role on DC for like Justice League and stuff like that, he auditioned, and when they called him back, he was like, "Oh, sweet." So then so Snyder's like, "Well, do you know what you'll be playing?" And he was like, "Lobo, duh." Like, dude,
the
he is the perfect Lobo, bro. Like Disney, I know he wants to do it. It's like his favorite character.
world wants him to do it.
It's what he thought he was gonna play when he first signed on until they sold him on Aquaman. But dude, as I was watching the movie, just like his banter, and I was just like, yo, like, just I hope he has a contract already and this happens and we just get to see it. He has the build already. He's
Yeah.
fucking yoked. He's huge. He
The
rides
hair.
motorcycles. Like, this is who he was meant to be. And we really didn't
And
make sure
see
that
him and
we see
Superman
it.
fight on the big screen will be so
Dude,
fire.
it has to happen. I just don't know, like, when does Lobo come into this, right? Because the longer this draws out, he'll be older. Although it's going to be all makeup anyway, so it don't matter if he's
Yeah.
old or not. But I
Yeah,
can just
Lobo's
see
like,
it.
how old?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like if you two Jack and playing Wolverine, don't matter what kind of age he looks, it's like it don't matter because they could be 1,000 years old. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like you don't know.
It'll be fire. It will be fire.
But I'm staying along the lines of crazy people, guys. You guys been seeing what's going on. So first I was like, man, I hope John Majors didn't do nothing. Then he gets found guilty. I'm like, damn, man, you got to be a piece of shit. And then it comes out that he didn't even get in trouble for any of the stuff he's supposed to be getting in trouble for. He got in trouble. His girlfriend was going crazy. And he threw her back in the car. She hurt her finger or whatever. And then he's running away from the girl. She's trying to attack him, all this kind of stuff. He leaves, don't even stay at his apartment. This girl gets into his apartment, overdoses, has to call the police in the morning to come. They break the door down, and EMT save her life. And this man is getting accosted by the media, and then Marvel fires him. I don't know. It looks bad to me. I don't like it.
I'm not a lawyer or anything. It feels off. Like it feels off. But on the business aspect of it, I'm be any guilty verdict,
Just get away
regardless.
from it.
Yeah, regardless of what it would have been, any guilty verdict, you have to cut ties. And I'm sure, to be honest, I'm surprised they waited this long. But they're pot committed. But like that conversation had to have already happened. Like, hey, he probably told him I ain't do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're like, we're gonna wait and we're gonna see. But if a guilty verdict comes down in any way, shape, or form, like you're out that day. And you know, I'm sure it wasn't a surprise. Like I'm sure they had those conversations. It's just wild, dude. Like who knows what could have happened? Just like with the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard shit, I'm sure they have both. They both were in on it, right? Like they both had
Yep,
their
and
shit
Caribbean already cut ties with them before he's
before,
even
yeah,
found guilty
and
or anything.
before, right? So like, and it's Disney. You know what I'm saying? Like that,
Yep,
it's the same. It's the same area, but
they held on the
who
majors a lot longer than
knows?
they did Depp though,
Yeah, yeah, no, they
and
definitely did.
Depp was
Gone. See ya.
completely not guilty of nothing.
But it's interesting that the jury didn't believe her because had they believed her, he would have been found guilty on the other charges that were
Yeah,
happening. But they did believe that he had some type of coercion on her over a course of time. And they believe that they had to do something, right? And the something that they could do, the only thing they could do if they weren't going to find him guilty of the others was when he injured her, pushing her ass back in the car. So, like, it's just one of those things, bro. Like, I don't want to go to the dark side of it, but the reality is, if it's a different person, like, I don't know if this happens
no,
because
yeah,
it's just one
nothing.
of those things where, like, there's video evidence. I think he messed up. I didn't look too crazy into it, but I think there was like a text message that he had sent that was brought
Yeah,
up
that
that made
don't
him
yeah
look.
don't go to the hospital
Yeah, yeah,
for your injuries or something like that. So yeah, because I first read that, but I didn't know the whole thing of it. I was like, damn, John, like damn, don't do that. I sent you that. I was like, never send text messages
yeah,
about
yeah.
your
You said that.
bullshit, dude. You know what I'm saying? But I get
It's
it, but
it's wild, and I wonder, I mean,
like
because they're
if it
gonna
was Chris
appeal it.
Evans, if it was Chris Evans in the same scenario, nothing would ever happen to him.
It probably
He'd
was gonna go to
he'd still be
court,
Captain
but
America. He'd still be doing his thing. But you're a black man putting your hands on a white woman. They're gonna try to bury you, and they couldn't. So the only thing they could put on him is that they literally have video cameras pushing her back in the car, and that's when she hurt her finger. So we gotta get you. Like,
I mean, he definitely. It's just awkward. It's just one of those things. They were pot committed though. Like I said, I
they
am
held on
honest.
to him a lot longer than
Yeah,
we
I
thought.
am super surprised that they held on this long. But I mean, I wonder what happens if he appeals because I'm pretty sure they're gonna appeal it. And then what if he wins the appeal? Right? Like now people are
Well,
gonna like
they
there's
already
gonna
let
be
him go though.
I know, but there's gonna be lawsuits, dog, because like that's just how it works.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'd try to sue. Like, dude, you just ruined my whole. You just took everything away from me for nothing, really.
I don't know,
You
man.
know,
Only they know what happened on their day to day, just like Johnny and
true.
Amber did. Who knows what escalated to that? But on that night, like all the evidence presented, it just feels off. It just feels like a weird thing for him. End of
Yeah,
the day, he did push her in the car. Like, you know what I'm saying? He tried to
yeah.
take himself out of the situation. I understand. I'd have did the same thing. Like you said, Ray was telling me earlier, like, bro, they both got stamina. They was running down the street after each other for a minute. I'd have been dead. But you just can't, dog. And then especially when you're a public figure, like keep running, my guy. Like don't stop at this point because anything that you do, not just as a black person or a black man, but as in general, as like a famous person with someone that's not as famous, like it's gonna be recorded, it's gonna be scrutinized, you're gonna get in trouble for the most part. So like
Yeah.
just continue to keep yourself out of those situations. That's easy for me to say. I'm not famous, but it's like in my personal life, I take myself out of situations I know I ain't trying to be in that's gonna get me in trouble. So like, you have to
Yeah,
be aware of that shit, dog. And the more money you have, and the more pretenders that are around you, the better you have to be at it. It's
that's for
just
sure.
it's just weird.
Now to get off the negative Marvel stuff, getting into some positive Marvel stuff. Brian, what were you saying about the new Spider-Man movie?
Oh yeah, so I was texting Ray about this uh over the last week or so. So there are rumors coming out um around what Spider-Man 4 is going to be. And I'll be honest, initially I'm like, why? But I'm coming around to it. So the rumor is Spider-Man 4 is going to be a Civil War type of movie at the street level. So if you don't know what street level is, or for the uninitiated, street level heroes are those that aren't fighting for a broader world cause, right? They're your friendly neighborhood Spider-Mans, your Daredevils, Luke Cage,
Iron Fist,
Iron Fist,
Moon
Jessica
Knight,
Jones, Moon Knight. Um,
Blade. Well, I'm
he's
just
gonna be
talking about.
more of
I'm no
another
talking about. I'm
face.
just talking. No, no, but I'm talking about street level. Like we're talking about street level. Blade, he's street level. Wolverine, street level. You know what I'm saying? These are
Yeah,
street
yeah,
level
Wolverine
characters.
street level. I'm trying to
You
find the
know,
article I sent you. So, anyways, these dudes are going to be teaming up, and we're gonna see Mayor Kingpin.
Punisher,
So we're gonna see Mayor Kingpin, yeah, Punisher street level. And they're gonna be fighting something along the something that Mayor Kingpin. So when things like this happen in comic books, just like um the Superhero Registration Act, just like Mutant Registration Act, like you fall on one side or the other, right? You're either super patriotic or support the government, or you're more of a humanitarian and want to save the world, right? That's what always happens. So I don't know who's gonna fall on the Kingpin is the mayor. We need to protect the mayor side, but somebody's gonna be on that side.
we do know for 100% fact it ain't gonna be Daredevil because he fucking hates the Kingpin. He's on whatever side. Whoever's on that side, Daredevil will be on that side
Yeah.
because he don't trust the Kingpin. He don't deal with him at all. So we know Daredevil's like, he ain't my mayor. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not my president. He's like, that's not
Yeah,
my
that ain't my
mayor.
president.
That ain't my mayor. Mm-mm. Hey, I think that
Another
is
thing,
super dope. It'll give a lot of people. Well, hopefully they have a nice cast and crew because some people need some more time to shine. You know, not everybody's Thor or Hulk. And you know what I'm saying. So it'll be good.
where is this at? Another
Hopefully,
thing that
Tom
was
Holland a good.
supposedly leaked, or another rumor within that is Ant-Man is gonna take the role of mentor for Peter in this movie. Somebody that can help him kind of navigate the situation. Tony's gone, right? Like there is no Tony now, and he's still young. And here's where I was like, I don't know, man. Like I didn't know if I would like it. Now, the more I think about it, I think it's gonna be really cool because it's probably gonna tie into more of the TV shows because we have like the Hawkeye TV show and Echo, right? Echo is gonna be coming out soon. She's gonna for
Yep.
sure have
Captain
something
America
to
and the
do
Winter
with it.
Soldier.
Yeah, so like all that stuff should have a play in it. But at the end of Spider-Man 3, like at the end of No Way Home, um, he ditches the tech, right? He has the old school suit on. It looks amazing. And you get this feeling like, okay, now we're gonna see Spider-Man, right? Like we're gonna see him at that level and a solo Spider-Man movie that didn't have, Iron Man in it or any of the other Avengers in it.
Yeah,
Or shit, even Happy in it. Like
yeah,
and
I get what you're
then
saying.
I
It'd
was
been
looking
cool.
forward to that. And then to hear the rumors, I was like, man, I don't even know if I want that. But now, as I kind of talked through it, I'm like, okay, yeah, that'll probably be cool.
But
That'll
are they
probably be
just
cool.
rumors, anyways? Because last thing I've read leading from Tom Holland is he don't want to play Spider Man right now. He don't want to do a Spider Man movie right now. He's kind of tired of being Spider Man. It takes a lot out of him and a lot away from him. So these rumors could just be rumors because from what I've heard from him, he don't want to do no Spider Man stuff right now.
Well, I think he's wanted to take. I think after the third one, he talked about taking a break from acting in general.
Yeah,
But I mean,
yeah,
Spider-Man 4 is a while. It's a ways away, dude. We still need. And then next year, only Daredevil. I think. I mean, Deadpool is the only Marvel movie coming out in 2024. So like,
yeah,
we're really talking about a 3 year from now thing.
yeah. But it's
But
Spider
there was
Man.
this. I found what I was sending you. So there was a roadmap. So Chris Smith over at BGR um found or sourced together some type of roadmap to Avengers Secret War. It says it may have leaked. And this is fascinating stuff, y'all. So I wanted to kind of talk through it, get Ray's reaction to it as well. And then kind of go. So there's gonna be different phases. Phase 4, phase 5 projects are already out. So the phases are gonna be built around specific characters, and they're gonna be smaller stories. They're gonna require the director not to have to worry about tying it to the bigger scope of things, which will overall probably end up being a good thing because you don't have that overarching thing, but there's still gonna be some connections to it. So the story arcs, we're gonna call them, so Perez is who is this? Perez leaked it supposedly. Um, Marvel Insider. I just want to make sure we give this guy credit because I didn't think of this shit. Um,
I
where's
would have
he
given
at?
the guy no credit.
Got to.
Oh
Alex
no, that's
Perez
good.
at the Cosmic Circus. Because if I say some cool ass shit, I want people to credit me for it. God damn it! Like
Hey,
I'm
let's hit
like,
you
hey,
here
this,
for Brian.
yeah, Brian over there at the Nerd Related Podcast said this shit. I want that full credit. So I'm gonna show love where I need to. So Perez detailed various storylines or story arcs. So the first one's gonna be Kingpin and Devil's Reign. So this is the story arc in general. So within this story arc, Hawkeye season 1 is a part of it already. Then you have the Echo TV show that's coming out, Daredevil Born Again, and
Can't
Spider-Man 4.
wait. Can't wait.
So Spider-Man 4, that's all within that street level arc. So it's gonna follow the Kingpin becoming the mayor of New York City and outlawing superheroes. So that's gonna be a very interesting take on that. And I'm here for it because
Oh
Mayor
yeah.
Kingpin is a dude. Like he's
Oh.
definitely a guy. So an important thing to note here is just because a movie is considered under one story arc doesn't mean it's not going to be involved in another story arc or pieces of it will. So the next one, and this one I'm probably the most iffy of about in general, is Hulks and World War. So the main projects in this is going to be the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, She-Hulk,
Yeah.
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. So all three of those things have already happened. We've already seen them. Then you have Secret Invasion, we already saw. Captain America Brave New World, which I think they just changed the title of again, or they're looking at changing it. And then Thunderbolts. Because in the Thunderbolts movie, I think we're going to see the Red Hulk. That's going to be a part of
Yeah.
whatever that is. So that story arc follows the events of what happened after Endgame. It's going to focus on world politics and the desire of some countries to create their own Hulks or Captain Americas. So we're going to end up having multiple versions, probably not as powerful, but there's going to be multiple Hulks. Um,
Um,
Speculation is that it could culminate in a World War Hulk movie, which will be viewed as an Avengers 4.5. Kind
oh, it would have to be.
of like
But
Civil War was, right? When Civil War came out, it was like a 2.5 Avengers movie.
I
So
don't know if there's any way to do a World War Hulk movie. It's not. I don't think it should be done. I don't know.
I just don't. It's not going to be in the sense of what World War Hulk is in the comic book. Like it's not going to be
Yeah. Then there's no
that.
point.
Yeah, it's going to be like there's multiple Hulks in the world. Blah blah blah. It's going to be completely different.
Well, I
So
mean, hey, more Hulk. I'm there for it, man, because he should have more shine. So as long as it's good, I'm with it. I'm just waiting for one name to pop up. That's all I'm gonna do.
the Iron Man Legacy is the next story arc. The main projects here was Spider-Man: Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home. Those three movies. Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Secret Invasions, Armor War, which is about to come out soon. Um,
I can't wait for that. It'll
and
be fun.
then Ironheart, and we know he's a direct influence for Ironheart.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. Then the Young Avengers arc. So the Young Avengers is going to be one of probably the bigger arcs. So who have we seen already in the Young Avengers? We saw Kate Bishop. We saw the new Black
Mm-hmm.
Widow, which they'll include
Ironheart.
her. Ironheart. The Maximoff twins. We've seen them in WandaVision, even though like they were little, but she wants to get them
Yeah.
back, so I would include them.
Um. Who else?
Ant
Oh yeah.
Man's daughter.
Yeah.
We saw Ant
You were
Man's
saying
daughter.
that. the first Captain America's grandson
Oh
could be
yeah,
in it.
Patriot. We've seen the character who becomes Patriot eventually. We saw in the last Captain America or in Winter Captain America and the Winter Soldier show. He was
I think
there
that'd
and
be
he was
super
young.
dope if they use that. If they use his kid, I mean his grandson
That
as
would be
the young
cool.
Captain. It would be so dope. It'd be a
Trying to
pull I
think.
wouldn't. I think that's
Who else?
about it for children.
You know what I was thinking though? Because we talk a lot about how do you recast Jonathan Majors? There's a way to do it. Like because Iron Lad is a Kang variant, and Iron
Oh
Lad is in
yeah,
the Young Avengers. So if you
yeah,
bring an Iron Lad in early now, establish him as Iron Lad, and eventually just have him turn like he does anyways, because he has to. It's a part of his destiny. Like he becomes, Kang eventually.
yeah,
Now you can just cast a younger, different actor, and we're gonna grow up with them, right? Like we're gonna spend the next decade being Iron Lad, and eventually he has to make that switch by force because it's not that he wants to, he has to. So I
yeah.
think that would be a clever way to do that. But I don't know if they introduce Iron Lad. Be
I'm just saying,
interesting.
forget all that and just bring on Doctor Doom, baby.
um, I don't know. We're probably missing a bunch of Avengers. We have the Wanda story arc. So
That sounds cool.
we're gonna get Agatha. We know that's coming. The Agatha Shaw's show is coming, and then Vision Quest. I think Vision Quest is gonna lead to the Young Avengers some way or some form because the West Coast Avengers is all about White Vision or whatever. So
Yep.
at some point they're gonna have to try to merge that little section together. And this is what I'm most excited about, y'all. I am most excited about the Midnight Suns story arc. So in this the main projects here are going to be Blade, Ironheart, Marvel Zombies, which is apparently a thing, and I'm fucking here for it because the What If zombie episode was the shit. Moon Knight season 2, the continuation of Werewolf by Night, and if
Oh,
you
I love
haven't
that
watched
movie.
that movie that was dope. And you can watch. I prefer it in black and white, but the color version I watched that too. It was alright. And then there's a couple other projects that they haven't really talked about. They're saying Wong is going to be kind of like the de facto leader of that group, just as the sort because he's
Yeah.
technically the Sorcerer Supreme right now.
Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah,
Yep.
so he has to have that influence. So that's going to be interesting.
I
And
just want
then
Blade. Can we get Blade?
Blade's in
Is it
there.
even happen? Yeah, but dude, this is taking forever.
Yeah, they might have to scrap that whole thing. He might not even end
We
up
ain't even got
being
a
Blade.
trailer yet.
Yeah, he
Got
might not even end up
nothing.
being Blade. That's going to be unfortunate. Um, and then this is what should really be my favorite part because you guys know I'm huge on the X-Men, but Deadpool 3 and the X-Men and the mutants, they're saying. So, supposedly, as expected, they want the mutants to have a bigger role in the multiverse saga. So, starting with Deadpool, there's going to be a whole lot of shenanigans leading into X-Men 97, which is going to be the
Mm-hmm.
animation. And we were talking about this. What the rumor's saying now is we talked about it before I found this article. Um, they should just adapt the animated series into live action. So apparently that's the rumor is whatever X-Men 97 is, that's just going to flow into whatever the live action is. So I'm super excited about that. That's going to be really cool. Pretty interesting.
Well, they
The
already gave
one
us.
thing I will say about that I'm annoyed by, but I kind of understand is currently supposedly they're not touching Magneto at first. Like we're not going to see Magneto for a bit, which I kind of get because he was like the main dude. Him and Mystique were the main dudes in the Fox franchises. But how long can you keep? You can't say X Men and mutants without Magneto. Like, how long can that last for? Come on now.
Nope.
I don't know. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is because Mister Sinister is going to be the first big bad. I think for the X Men movies is
I love Mr. Sinister.
we get we get mention of Magneto,
Savage
but we
Lands.
don't see him because he's in
Mhm.
the Savage Lands. Yep. And then eventually we'll have like a Savage Land. Disney Plus mini short,
Hmm.
6 episode season, and
Yeah,
then boom, we're
and
in the MCU.
he's always been like an underboss of Magneto, so he could be like doing his thing, and like you get that background film, like, damn, I'm fucking up, man. Dude's gonna get on my ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Because
So
he's
it'd be
always been
interesting.
under Magneto, and Magneto, you know how the little underbosses get to thinking they're getting too big for their britches and doing their own shit. That'd
This
be
is what
cool
you've
if like
been.
he got beat and shit, and then Magneto like pops up like, so
Well,
I
I
better
wonder,
come
like,
in,
when you introduce
buddy.
Sinister, like, because he gets his powers from Apocalypse, right? Like, he's this geneticist that wants to change the world, and he has cool ass powers. First off, like, if you don't know who Mister Sinister is, like, this dude, outside of Cyclops, like, all the other people are getting wrecked because Cyclops specifically damages him. But
Yeah,
I wonder, like, do we get some backstory there, or do they mention how he get his powers, right? Like, is
yeah.
Apocalypse gonna? Because Apocalypse is their main bad, right? Like, where does he come into play, if at all? Because we just got an awful Apocalypse movie, and it's unfortunate because Oscar Isaac is amazing.
Awful to
Um,
say the least.
and
Jeez.
then what Ray's been waiting for, the Fantastic Four and other arcs. So in this
Clobbering
arc is going to
time.
be Doctor Strange 3, Black Panther 3,
My
Thor
boy.
5,
My
Shang-Chi
boy.
2,
Mm,
and the
mm,
Eternals 2.
Oh, you could throw three of them movies away.
I like the Eternals. I thought it was cool. I'm in
Okay,
the
well, okay,
minority
keep it
there,
for
but
Brian. Keep
I
it for
like it. I
Brian.
like it. I like it. I like it. The CGI in that movie was amazing, bro. Like
Oh
the
no, yeah,
running, the speedsters, like in general, I thought it was a good movie. It just felt out of place because if you guys
yeah.
were
There was
there,
nothing, no connection to nothing.
and if you guys were there doing all this shit, like they explained it with the one liner in the movie. Like, why didn't you interfere when Thanos was there? Like, oh, we're told not to interfere. Like, what? You have five. That's a side tangent, but whatever. You have five super being, god level
This dude's
people, and
about to ruin the world, and you're like, whatever. What if he snapped it when you guys disappeared? Like they just didn't give a fuck. Like, yeah, whatever.
so those are kind of the story arcs that Perez is talking about, rumored like, and I think to every rumor there's some truth, right? Who knows
Oh
if this is the
yeah,
truth, the
the
truth, but
lineups, none of them sounded off.
no, I
Like I could
think
see
it's
it
a
all.
legit plan, and I think keeping it in those smaller story arc pockets is more comic booky in general. Like I'll read all
Mm-hmm.
of the comic book, like I'm reading the X-Men run, and then it'll be like, oh, if you want to see more of this side story, go read Doctor Strange number 54 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it will
Yeah, yeah,
feel.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
hey, you can
yeah,
just stick it out and watch the X-Men here. Or if you want to know more about what Wanda's doing, with Mephisto, for example, go watch
yeah.
WandaVision.
I
Like,
heard
I
that
think
she's
that's
about
a
to have a
better
run though,
plan.
man, where she's gonna be in like three movies, and they're gonna be building her to the
Oh yeah,
big bad.
she's gonna be paid too,
So,
bro.
oh yeah, for sure. Well, I know she's got to be the Marvel's big bad man because no more mutants type thing. Like, I'm excited for the future, and I'm also scared, man, because a lot of stuff is fumbling around. Name changes, can't get directors right, get scripts of things I really want to see. So the cat. Oh yeah, we never talked about the cast of Fantastic Four. I'm really liking them now that it came out. You know, number one, Mr. Fantastic is my boy from The Last of Us, Pedro Pascal. Like, let's go.
That's official. I mean, it would be
I
interesting.
thought I thought it was official. It's
Oh,
not.
I haven't
Am
seen.
I tripping?
Let's
Just
see.
look into it real quick for one
Official,
second.
official, Fantastic forecast. Yeah, no. I mean, casting rumors is all I see.
Damn. Well, I
That's
hope
a
he gets
rumor
it.
though. Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things as Johnny. That one's the most iffy for me. I can't picture it, but I like him in general as an actor, so that would be cool. Eben Moss, Bachranch as Ben Grimm are the four rumored people.
Well, out of all those, I just hope Pedro gets the role because I think it'll be a dope Doctor. I mean, Mr. Fantastic. I'm thinking Doctor Strange. You said Doctor Strange before the book, and that'd be a cool way to bring him in too. Like Doctor Strange, everything's open up, all these different universes and shit, and then he meets the Fantastic Four. That could be cool.
I think it just depends, like, and we've talked about this in previous podcasts, so I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole, but
Yeah,
like
yeah, 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 for sure.
where they're coming from. how long have they
Hmm.
been lost, right?
Yeah, where do they fit?
Because if it's an origin story, you need a you need young cast because they're gonna be around, right? But like if it's a out of time story, like characters out of their time,
We've been trapped in the quantum realm.
Pedro Pascal makes sense because that's the age group, right? Like that's who it
Yeah,
should he should look like that. They've been down
yeah,
there for 40 of our years, but it was only I don't know 10 of theirs or whatever. So he would have aged.
yeah,
So that matters. But I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I think he has already the little grainness coming in. Just look at Joe. He already has that, you know what I'm saying, look.
yeah. He has a look. He
Yeah,
definitely
he
he
has a look.
fits he definitely fits the mold, I think.
I think it'll be interesting.
Oh man,
I'm
dude, I just
excited though
want
for
it.
all of that. Everything I just kind of
I
walked
just
down,
yeah.
it'll
I
be
just
interesting. But the X
yeah,
Men
there's
for
only a
sure.
couple of things there I don't care about. Like another Thor movie. I didn't see that coming. Not the last. That last one was trash, except for
It was
Hercules. So
interesting.
sorry for my yawn, I guess. But except for Hercules, so if they're bringing Hercules in the next movie, I'm all for it. I want to see Hercules beat the shit out of Thor, as he would. And then Hercules needs to be out there more. Also, Hercules has been a Thunderbolt before. He's been in
Yeah.
Avengers, so hopefully he can come in and we kind of bring him into the fold. You know what I'm saying? But right now, it kind of looks like a bad guy, but not a bad guy because what Thor did was really the asshole thing. Went in there and tried to kill dude's daddy and run amok. You know what I'm
Try to
saying?
kill Zeus. I
The
think that
Prince
would
of
be a
Powers,
cool
but
dude. That would be a cool Thor 5 movie. Like
yeah,
it would we would see equal parts Hercules. Like I would do a 50-50 screen share where Hercules is trying to hunt down Thor and he really don't even know yet, right? Like he just
yeah. He just
doesn't know.
going by
And
what,
then all of
yeah.
a sudden they have this fight and he's like, "Yo," or a bigger threat comes up where they need to like fight together or something.
Dude, a buddy cop, Thor, and
It
Hercules movie. Oh, I'm all for it.
would be interesting.
Because he just going off right now like, hey, this dude came into our turf,
Yeah.
hit my daddy with a thunderbolt, and went about his business. The Prince of Power ain't having that. Okay. Hey, dude, he looks so comic book accurate to the end of the movie. I was
He
like,
looked good, dude.
oh,
He looked good.
Hercules. You guys don't know my affinity for Hercules, man. It's there. It's big. I love the guy
It would be cool.
for sure.
Yeah, so sticking with Disney here, just quick, I would be remiss if I didn't quickly mention this. So Percy Jackson came out last week,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and to say that it was successful is an understatement. So supposedly, so Nick, Disney reveals 13.3 million viewers, a record for Disney branded television, watched the first two episodes of Percy Jackson.
Yeah, it helps that it was on Hulu as well, though.
Yeah, Hulu Disney. I mean, they're merging it together. Like
Oh
the
yeah,
apps
yeah,
are
yeah, yeah,
merging.
yeah.
But it's interesting. It's
It is.
very interesting.
I mean, that dude. I first of all, I didn't even know it was coming out, and then Brian told me he was watching it, and then my girl was like, "Oh, I'm watching Percy Jackson." I was like, "The movies or the show?" She was like, "The show. There's movies." I'm like, "There's movies? Duh. There's movies. What are you talking about? There's movies, girl." But you know what I mean? She's not in the loop or anything like that. But I'm like, "Yo, I grew up on the Percy, Jackson movies." You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? That's why I think it did numbers though, because most Percy Jackson fans are my age, and we have younger kids. You know what I'm saying? So and then boom, you're like,
it's
oh man, Percy Jackson. Let me tell you about Percy Jackson. Hey, let's watch this show together. You know
and
what I'm
it's
saying? Like,
good. Like it was
oh, it was
good. So I
dark. It
haven't
was a little
watched
dark
episode three. It
too.
came out today, but like the first two episodes were solid. I feel like he looks really, really young. I don't. So this
Mm-hmm.
book series was my sister's favorite book
He's
series.
like
Like she's
12,
super
right?
stoked.
He's like
Yeah, like
12.
he's supposed to be like a teenager. So I think he's slightly younger, but that makes sense if they're gonna like, because there's a shit ton of Percy Jackson books. Like if they're gonna like expand the TV universe, they needed somebody that could look the part for a while. So I get
Yeah.
why
Well,
he
with this
looks
show they
super young.
can.
It looks good, dude.
Oh, dude. I
Edge.
will.
Have you seen the cast? Edge is Ares. Edge the wrestler is Ares
No,
in the
I
show.
only watched the first episode so far, and like I was falling asleep, so you know what I mean. I just wanted to. I was like, oh, let me throw this on, man. I can't be letting everybody else watch this without me. So no, I didn't.
Yeah, dude. So Edge is Ares. Let's see who else. Let's see.
But Greek mythology, that's my shit. That's my
I'm all in
shit.
on that. And the Olympians. Let's see who's all on here.
See, Norse is okay. Thor, and that's okay. Greek, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, Zeus, Hercules, Ares,
Uh,
fucking Hades,
dude, you so you didn't get to the camp,
Hermes.
right? You didn't get to the camp.
No,
Yeah, so Dionysus in the camp is I don't know if you know who this dude is. He's so funny. Jason Mantusks.
no,
You
not
know who
by
he
name.
is?
I don't know,
He
but I
was
bet
in
I've
the
seen his face.
league. He's been in a couple things, but let me see if he's been in anything you
Oh
might
yeah,
watch.
yeah, yeah. I'm talking about the long curly hair guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah,
Dionysus.
yeah,
He
yeah.
runs the camp. Um,
Oh, sweet. He's
dog,
funny
and
as shit.
he is hilarious. So he tries to convince Percy that Percy's his son, and it's just like the funniest. He's like, "You don't know. He
Oh.
could be my son."
Yeah,
So if you don't
I
know
like
about
that
this,
guy.
right? So Percy is a demigod, and in the
Poseidon.
world of Percy Jackson and the Olympians, all the gods have children, but it is not okay for the big three to have children. And the big three are Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon,
Poseidon.
because they would be too strong. Like they know for a fact they would be too strong. So the premise, at least in the beginning, is somebody stole Zeus's thunderbolt, and Zeus believes it is a demigod of Poseidon because Poseidon has a son. So when you go to this camp, the gods have to claim you as their child for you to be able to like basically live with your siblings, and learn and train and grow. Otherwise, you're unclaimed and you can still do activities, but like no one knows who your dad is. So Percy is Poseidon's son. So like that's what it's all about. It's like Zeus basically about to start a war against Poseidon because he thinks Percy stole the lightning bolt. But I'm excited to see like who Hades is, like because that's gonna be an interesting thing because he has to go down there. Like that's a part of the whole thing. But so the edges, Ares. I don't think they've spoiled who.
The god of war.
So
That's
Medusa's in
awesome.
episode 3, I think. I don't see like a name
Oh,
for Hades.
yeah.
I
I'm all
mean,
in on this show. I'm gonna
it's
have to
good.
catch up.
It's good.
To catch up with my time off, man, because this is my shit. I want more of this. That's what I'm saying. That's why I want Hercules. I want more of this. This is my Medusa,
So good.
man. Hermes got a speed, man. Atlas, like, dude, this is my junk. This is my stuff right here, man. Like comic books, and then this is I love this stuff, like right
Greek
there.
mythology.
Love it.
It's interesting. I think out of all of the mythologies, I'm partial to. I love Greek mythology, but like Egyptian mythology is awesome as well. And then I'm always
Yeah, yeah.
intrigued by Roman,
Naboo.
like before all that change happened, like Jupiter, like that
Yeah,
subsection before there was the merger and everything became more Greekish. But it's interesting. I'm
I'm here
all in. I
for it.
gotta watch. So my wife, Diego posted about the how many views it had, the 13 million, and then Sato was like, "Man, I watched the first episode, fell asleep during the second. I have to I have to catch up because Brian's gonna keep watching it without me." And I was like, "Sure will." Like if you don't come back and watch episode 2, I'm watching episode 3 without you.
For
So
sure, for sure.
then next week, episode 4, they comes out on Tuesdays, but folks, so catch up. There's 3 episodes right now. Catch up right away. Keep watching. Apparently, it's a hit with everyone outside of just us. So definitely something you want to check out. Pretty interesting. And
I
if
was
you
gonna
want
say
more
something too.
Percy, there are movies, there are books, there's all kinds of stuff you can dig into for Percy Jackson.
I'm gonna go on record and get away from that for a second. I was wrong about handhelds. I guess
Oh,
more people want handhelds than I thought because they're coming out of everywhere and they're getting bought
everywhere.
up.
Everyone has a handheld. Everybody.
I was like, man, why the hell are they making this shit? And especially if they are, why are they making more than one?
Especially when you have
And
cell phones, bro. Like everyone's like, you
dude,
can do that
it's
on your phone. You can do that on your phone, but it's not the same, dog. It's
oh
not
no,
the
no,
same.
no, not at all, not
It is
not at all,
not the
dude.
same.
Sorry, and I'm gonna tell you this right now: you phone gamers, you are not real gamers.
Stop it.
Because my guys were like, yeah, I'm killing that Call of Duty mobile, blah, 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 blah. Get him on Call of Duty and Warzone, trash.
It's a
Like, you don't even
different.
know your way around a joystick.
It's different. Like I wouldn't
No, I'm
not call
saying,
them gamers, but it's different.
they ain't competitive.
No, it definitely is not competitive. There are some
Because
competitive
people are like, man,
mobile
PUBG,
games.
I'm so cold at PUBG Mobile. Cool. You're trash on console or PC. Same thing with Call of Duty, man. You know what I'm saying? Stay the way you're at. You ain't on the level of us. I don't care. I don't care if you don't like it or not. If you weren't a regular gamer first and you're a phone gamer now and you're a gamer, no, you're not. You ain't got it.
He's not. He's wrong. But I mean, you
Hey,
might not be
hey,
as skilled. Obviously,
hey, pick up the sticks.
it's different. But I mean, at the end of the day, they have. It's about the money, right? And we've talked about this
Oh, yeah,
before.
yeah.
Like mobile gaming is where it's at. That's where the money is. And I've
Yeah, yeah,
personally
yeah.
lived that where like I gotta stop spending shit on this game
Hey, I'm
because
not gatekeeping or not, dude. Hey, the more gamers, the merrier. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, we're better than you.
he was like, you're a gamer, but you ain't as good as I am.
Yeah, that's it. That's like we're the NFL. You guys are NCAA. You're around there. You're in the
It's interesting.
vicinity.
There are so many handhelds though, bro. I love my ally. I use that thing every single day.
Yeah,
Especially if I'm watching something that I don't necessarily need my full attention to. I'm on that every single day.
I just didn't think it was gonna come back this hard or whatever. Like you know, or this good either. It's a good time to be a gamer, man. Like whatever you want to do. Like
Anywhere, where you
it's
want to play, how you want to play,
and then Game
whatever you want
Pass
to play.
is making gaming the best it's ever been. You can put that on your handheld. You can put that on your PC. You can put it on your phone. You know what I'm saying?
You can
I
put
was
it
talking
on
to
your
Brian, like,
you can put it on your projector. You can put it on the Meta 3 you can put it on. Like it's everywhere.
yeah, because so Xbox closed their sales for consoles. They're not showing anybody that because they're getting beat to shit by Sony. Because
Yeah,
Sony
it's
just
like
put
3
out
to
that they
1
sold
now. It's
another
bad.
1.5 million, in Xbox probably sold like 300,000, whatever it was. But I don't think they were too worried about that. They haven't been worried about that for a while, and Game Pass is killing it, crushing it, like more and more, dude. And if they get Game Pass on Nintendo, like, dude, it's they're good, super good. I think that's only inevitable that they get on Nintendo though, because I'll be a way for their gamers to play Call of Duty and stuff like that they were missing. Other third party games. Like, why worried about having a team have to make that game for your shitty system, Nintendo? Sorry, when you could just have Game Pass and they could play it, the way everybody else is playing it.
I mean, I think it's the logical next step. Like
Yeah.
Microsoft doesn't care about consoles. It doesn't matter to them. They'll always have one, I think, just because you have an install base and you want people to like want to play stuff or whatever, but or you want to lead, right? Because the Xbox technically, like specs wise, is better. It's a better console, like spec wise,
Oh yeah, that's the
more
thing I've seen. It
powerful.
won an award for like the dopest system. It won an
One second, I'll
award
look up.
from tons of people saying it's the best system. It's the best system out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. Well, I mean, this is the reason why PlayStation has better first party titles. I mean, a lot of people. There's still a lot of people out there. Well, like Brian. Brian plays both, man. He plays shooter. He plays whatever. You know what I'm saying? But me, I'm a PvP person. Like, if I'm not playing against a person, I get bored really fast. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of people. Those single players are driving the market, and the PlayStation has the best single player games. God of War, Spider Man, The Last of Us. What you do, you can go on for at least three more hands.
Yeah, I
On the
mean,
Xbox, you like that new RPG that came out that wasn't as good as it was supposed to be. Brian don't even play that shit
Starfield.
anymore.
Yeah, Starfield.
Starfield,
I don't play. I haven't played it in forever. I
Halo
haven't
ain't
played
been
it in
good in
forever.
forever. I mean, Master Chief still sells stuff, TV shows and skins on Fortnite and stuff like that. Master Chief still, he holds. Say, I wish the Halo can get back to the glory of what it was because I like Halo 2 or whatever Halo game that was your favorite. It was the shit. You know what I'm saying? And without that, we wouldn't be where we are in gaming today. You know, so I mean, it would be cool to get back, but it's just like they ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? It's not there, and they haven't had it for a while. And Sony's been owning that first party market. I mean, besides Nintendo, or obviously they're always going to reign with their first parties.
Yeah,
But I'm saying,
Nintendo
like
games are interesting.
PlayStation, that you would never like tell me this 15 years ago that Halo wouldn't be shit, Fable wouldn't be shit, Elder Scroll, like all these games wouldn't it be shit? Tell me that 15 years ago that PlayStation would have the best first party games on the market, besides Nintendo, because we don't. It's not. I would have been like, no, you're full of shit. Master Chief's gonna suck. No one's gonna be playing Halo. We're not. Nobody is. No one talks about it.
No one
Like
talks
it's
about it.
to and that's their own fault. They pass the studios between I don't know how many people, and like they dropped the ball in a lot of their parties. You know what I'm saying? Like a Fable, like a new Fable, a dope Fable that like it should have been the
I thought
thing. You know
didn't
what I
they
mean?
just
Like
show us a preview of Fable? Like what
they've
happened
been
with
talking
that?
about Fable for like 10 years, and you know what I'm saying? Like they've been talking about it for a long time. It's just not going to stack up to what everyone's been waiting forever for. Even if it does ever come out or not come out, I don't know. I'm just saying, like I can't barely name any first party titles for Xbox that anyone cares about or thinks about.
No, I mean Gears of War. No one really talks about that.
Nope, the last one was Chura. Yeah, tell me that. The Gears. That's what I'm saying. Gears of War and Halo and Fable. No one will be playing them or talking about them. I would have told you were crazy.
I don't know. Like what else do they even have? I honestly can't even think about it. Xbox first party.
I used to remember, but they had let them all die.
Oh, that's what
Oh,
I want.
Forza, Forza.
Forza. But Forza is on another level. Forza's
Yeah,
great. Like I would
yeah,
get an Xbox. Now that I have a PC and I play on PC more, I don't need an Xbox. But I would get an Xbox to play Forza. Like if I could only play it on an Xbox, I would do that.
yeah. For
Um,
Forza drives numbers still.
let's see. Let's see. I mean, I know they're trying. Yeah, nope. I hate it, dude. Like IGN's like search algorithm thing is the best.
Oh,
Anytime you search anything, IGN, 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 IGN is like, yeah, like I don't want to hear from you
yeah.
guys.
Because they usually suck.
Okay, let's look at Xbox 360 exclusives.
Crackdown, fire,
Dude, Perfect Dark Zero, like
fire.
fire. I mean, that was cool.
Crackdown,
Crackdown,
perfect dark.
yeah, Crackdown.
Crackdown was so
Forza's still
fire.
around. Tenshu, Tenetsu? That was
Yeah,
like
that's
a
what I'm talking
ninja game.
about. Mm-hmm.
Uh, Project Gotham Racing. Remember Project Mass Effect? But I feel like the Mass Effect series ended. Like once they got to Andromeda, like it
Which was
was like
stupid.
the conclusion of the
Dude, people
series.
love that game so much. Why would you end it? Just keep going.
So we talked about Fable, Banjo Kazooie.
Banjo Kazooie, that's a real title or whatever it's called.
They own real.
Oh, okay.
I mean another Forza. Alan Wake just came out, but that's on everything. Alan Wake 2 just came out on everything.
Yeah, dude,
So
they
there's
have no
that.
substance.
Uh dude, there ain't
Dude, the new
shit.
Crackdown would have been fire. But that's what I'm saying. They dropped the ball with all these cool titles. Yeah, the second one pretty much buried them. The first one was fire, and the second one, I don't think it quite came to it, and then they just let it. Mm,
Yeah, I don't honestly that's wild. And then so that's just a tough Google search. If we do PS5 first party titles, I
yeah,
mean
just
let's go to Google. Google it. I try to be different, but I always end up going back to Google. They got
yeah.
that. They got it cornered, y'all.
I hope this don't close me down here.
Demon Souls, Ghostwire, Spider-Man, obviously, Ratchet and Clank, amazing. Returnal did numbers. The
Oh
Last of
yeah.
Us, Uncharted. Uh, Wolverine's coming up. Stellar Blade is coming up. That game actually looks cool.
Oh man, yeah, oh yeah, I forgot. Every X-Men game for the next 5 years is gonna be on PlayStation. That Wolverine game looks sick.
At least Xbox gets Blade. Dude,
Yeah, oh
that
for sure.
that samurai game. What the shit was that called? That game was amazing. Ghost of Tsushima. Fire, dog. They're making a movie out of that. It was so good.
Yeah.
God of War you talked about. You remember Horizon, dude? You can make a movie
Horizon,
out of
yeah, yeah,
Horizon. That
Horizon,
show was
Horizon.
fire.
Hold on.
It's interesting.
I gotta wait for 1 second.
Go, 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 go. It's interesting though. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what they're gonna do with this first tidy stuff, but it doesn't matter as long as they keep adding stuff to the Game Pass. Like, I think so. EA games are on the Game Pass.
Yeah,
I also feel like there's some Epic games on that game. No, Ubisoft. There's Ubisoft games on the Game Pass, I believe. Like, it's just gonna be a place where like you play
yeah,
exclusive.
Bethesda. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not worried about a system or first party titles no more. They're just worried about having as much as possible, and it all coming from them. You have to. They're like, hey, you want to play this game? You got to mess with us. You know what I'm saying?
I want to get the meta now that the Game Pass is on there. I think I'm gonna get it. It just looks
Oh
cool.
man, that's another thing. I can get the meta.
It looks cool.
So I'm gonna get an Amazon credit card. I don't need it now, Brian. I'm just gonna order me up a meta. All right. I think I'm gonna get one too. You know what, Brian? I'm gonna get one too, man.
Do it. So tomorrow I have
F it.
so it's holidays, right? A lot of jobs don't really work. So yes, on Tuesday I was the only manager at work and it was like 9 people. They were super slow. And today today there was three of us working, but one was from home. I had the craziest morning, dog. Like I had to do today was like the cutoff for the year for shipping, and I had to do all like a bunch of shit this morning from like 9 in the morning to 11:30 was the most intense time I think I've had all year while working. It was just like horrible. But tomorrow I'm taking my team on an outing. We're gonna do an all day outing. We're gonna go do some axe throwing, some go karts. They won like an incentive we were doing, so we're
Yeah.
gonna be out all day
Okay.
tomorrow. Then Friday, I'm the only manager on site again tomorrow. I mean on Friday, so we'll see how long we make it Friday throughout the day when it's gonna be so slow. Ain't nobody gonna be doing nothing. But we're like, yeah, at the one
Yeah.
o'clock,
So
looks like you guys can go home.
yeah. So I was supposed to work tomorrow, but then they're like, yeah, that money in your kind of next 2 or 3 days. I was like, hey, Chuck, no point, no pay me for tomorrow too. I'll see you in 6 days, sucker. I was supposed to work tomorrow, but I was like, all right, I'm straight. Cool, my check a little off. I'm no point, no pain because I was supposed to work today and tomorrow. Dude, today I didn't leave the break room. I watched Zack Snyder's new movie. I, I enjoyed
Did you
it.
like
I
it?
like
I
it.
I haven't
Yes,
watched it
I
yet.
liked
It's
it.
getting it's getting really bad reviews.
Dude, for it being the setup for what a trilogy or whatever,
Yeah,
I loved it. I love the lore. I like the characters, dude. He showed so many different kind of aliens, and like, dude, you know about the shots. Nobody does better shots than Zack Snyder. Nobody,
I might watch it today
nobody.
then. I've been putting it off. I'm gonna watch it. Like I've always been like, I'm gonna watch it, but it's like 2 hours and a half long, so I feel like you have to commit. So then
Yeah,
the people that have watched it though, like today on the way down in the elevator, my buddy Kyle, he was talking. I asked him about it because he watched it. He's a big Star Wars guy. He said the same thing. He was like, I liked it. Like it's clearly inspired by Star Wars, but like it feels like they're building something, and it was a good movie. I was like, yeah, all right,
yeah,
I'll check it
dude.
out.
I love the villain. He was Ajax in Deadpool.
Hmm.
Dude, he's so fired. Like and the girl, the main what do you call the hero? Whatever. Yeah, like
Protagonist.
yeah. I I very much enjoyed this movie, man, because so this is the basis of it, right? From the beginning, Brian. There's this big regime, war torn people. They're the biggest army in the world or whatever. This girl used to work for him. She was part of them.
He was like a
Somehow,
soldier.
yeah. But
That
then she
makes
got
sense.
away. So these people come to this place where they're farmers mostly. They're all farmers, and they're trying to make a deal with them and stuff. And then they're like, we'll be back in 10. He's like, when we gonna have my harvest? He's like, 9 months. He's like, all right, we'll be back in 10. We're taking 10,000 bushels. He's like, well, I make like 12,000 bushels. What do you want to do? He's like, what do you want from us? He's like, everything. You know what I'm saying? So then this girl is sent on like a quest to, she's trying to get people together to come back with her and fight these
Stop
people
him.
when they
Yeah.
come back in 10 months. Like, help us fight these people. So she's getting a ragtag, a group of people together. That's what's called a rebel movie. Like she's getting a lot of rebel, what I'm saying? People that hate the big regime and stuff. Like, I thought it was pretty fire, man. I'm not
I'll
gonna
check it out.
lie.
I gotta watch it.
You
Being
know, it looked good. I can at least tell you that it
it
looks
looked good.
amazing.
It
It
looks
looks
good.
good.
It looks
It,
good.
it visually looks amazing, man. Some of the shots, dude. Oh man. Well, I can't wait for you to see it now, man. I want you to tell me, like, the first thing that pops in, like, when you're watching it, whenever shots pop out, like, oh man, that shot was dope. Tell me, because I want to see if I felt the same. Because there's this one shot in there about, like,
Well, don't tell me about it.
no, I'm not going to tell you nothing about it, but I would say about 40 minutes in. I don't know how long, because the movie's long as hell. So you start just falling. But there's this one scene. I'm like, ooh, that's Zack Snyder right there. That was cold. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Yeah. That, so Rebel Moon. Psh, I don't know. You haven't seen it yet, but I've seen something before.
We'll talk
Brian
about it
suckers.
next. We'll talk about it next week for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
'Cause
Yep.
I want to watch it. I mean, overall, like I enjoy Star Wars movies. I think it's cool. The fact that he wanted to make a Star Wars movie, which is what morphed into this, is a cool thing to
Yeah.
me.
Netflix is like, here.
I mean, yeah. I
Here's
mean,
a
we
bunch. Here's
talked
a bunch
about
of
this.
money.
Netflix basically is like, yo, do what you want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? The people want you, so make whatever you want to make. So that's cool.
Yeah. I like this. His Army of the Dead movie. I watched that again the other day. It was just a fun, good movie. I love Batista. I love zombies. You know, you give me a zombie tiger and smart zombies and all kinds of dude. I enjoyed that movie a lot actually. So yeah, man, dude, Zack Snyder for me is a go. His stories aren't always the best, or whatever. They might not always be cut together, or whatever. Like, get that. I think he had a rough time with DC, man, because he was trying to do his own thing as well, but he's
Yeah.
also trying to appease fans. And when your head ain't all in a streamlined direction, this what happen. You get a 4 hour cut of Justice League that was just a little bit better than the original version. You know what I'm saying?
So what's the plan then? Since you're off tomorrow, you got 6 days. What you gonna be doing, bruh?
Mhm.
It's like I don't know, not
Nothing.
working. I mean, I was off
Yeah.
last week 6 days. I worked till Tuesday, then I was off Wednesday through Monday. Um,
Be lazy.
I definitely was lazy. I was kind of sick too during that time, like during some of those days, so it kind of sucked. But
Yeah.
overall,
But
like
hey, at least
it's
you were
just
sick
nice
while
to
you're off, though.
recharge. Yeah, yeah,
That's
it's
better
nice
than
to
having to go to
recharge.
work every day feeling like shit. You already don't want to be there. Then you feel like shit. You be contemplating quitting that job for the however long
But
you're in
like
that
I'm out of here.
motherfucking place.
My job's pretty good when it comes to like work life shit though. They'll be like, just go home, bro. Work from home. So
Yeah. Well, you're an
always a
important
good
person,
thing.
man. You do a good job there. If anybody else was doing the shit you were doing and saying you've been fired already, so just you're pretty good at what you do.
Yeah, there's a little of that for
Plenty of
sure.
times you're like, man, Ray, I think I'm getting fired today.
Yeah. I
I've got that
probably
text
shouldn't
about
have
four,
said what
five
I said.
times this year. I've got
I
that
probably
text.
shouldn't have said that. I probably shouldn't have said that. All right, y'all. We appreciate the attention, man, and stopping by. Make sure you check out Percy, obviously. Make sure that you check out Rebel Moon because we're going to talk about it next week and we're going to spoil it. So make sure you do that.
Pretty
Overall,
good.
another solid podcast, my brother.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to be here. I'm good.
All
Strong.
right, y'all. Make sure you hit the
All right,
subscribe
y'all.
button. Make sure you
Stay
follow,
nerdy.
share it with everyone that you can. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple, we are on YouTube, and we'll continue bringing these podcasts to you for your listening pleasure. See ya.
Yes, sir. Peace out, y'all.